Hey there, welcome to our channel, Retire Earlier and Better at Home or Abroad, whatever suits you best, where we tackle subjects that other bloggers won't touch. Well, another crime story. If you've been on this channel before, you know we've done several of these. We recommend you go to our video library and check them out. Our goal is to choose stories that are different from each other so that everyone can we can address different situations that may apply to different people in different situations. And in this story we've got I don't want to say typical, but I mean it does happen quite a bit actually, that a man goes abroad and marries a woman half his age. Now the first thing you're probably thinking is, well, that's who did it. But in this story, they were both killed. Both the retiree, middle-aged retiree, and the girlfriend, half his age, local girlfriend in Costa Rica. Now, I have to say that years ago when we moved abroad, which, by the way, we've been abroad 10 years, we've never paid more than $300 or $400 for 3- and 4-bedroom houses and apartments, furnished and unfurnished. That is significant because we believe that how you live definitely has something to do with your experience. And I think that this is part of what happened here, although I don't want to attribute all of it to that. So what we have here is a mature middle-aged man from California that moves to Costa Rica, and he gets himself, this is a sort of a typical story, he's got himself a nice little country home. Now listen, I have a friend, years ago I had a friend, he has since passed away, that did this. I knew him personally. He was from Oregon, and he moved to Panama and got himself a deal on a lot of, I don't know, 3 or 4 acres, and then built a house for like $75K. It was a 3,000 square foot house, and he got himself I think he married her, a wife half his age and all that. And so that's what this guy did. He had a little mango farm, I don't know how many acres. He had a house out in the country, a nice home. By all comparisons, in comparison to the locals, you're considered the upper crust. If you've got a house with some land and you've got helpers and maids and cooks and this kind of thing. And this is one of the main presentation points in the mainstream retire abroad media is to go out and do this very typical thing, is to say, look at what you can have if you go over here and do this. And I'm not saying you can't. A lot of people do that. But again, as I started saying a minute ago, I had some friends when we first moved abroad, and they followed and came to Ecuador after we did. And one of the things that people noticed is that we didn't have maids and cooks. We didn't have house helpers. Now, there was reasons for that, and they weren't necessarily financial, because you can, on a local level, hire people to come into your house a couple times a week, and it's pretty darn reasonable. But we choose not to do those things because of the potential consequences of doing such a thing. Anytime you let somebody into your home, you are opening yourself up to the potential, maybe not through them particularly, because, we knew some really good people, nice people that were neighbors. Our neighbors that we could have easily, she needed the work, and we could have easily hired her once or twice a week to come in and help us out. But you see, we've never done that, and we're not telling other people not to do it. I'm just putting this story together. The story's already here, and I'm just highlighting it for you to maybe help you see something that people don't normally think about. So the thing that our friends asked us, what do you think about getting household help? And and of course, our answer was no. I don't. Do as you please, right? Never telling adults what to do. Do as you please, but we don't do it, and we wouldn't do it, and here's why. And I'm not saying it's going to result in murder. Just saying there are so many other issues that cause potential headaches that I won't go into in this video, because that's not what this video is about. This video is about the crime. So the man both of them, a lot of people jump to conclusions. Well, his girlfriend. But what actually happened is that it was the household help, because they both were murdered. Both the mature man and his girlfriend, 30-year-old girlfriend, were both murdered and then put in a pile of brush and burned. And they were found. Their charred bodies were found when the fire department was called there in Costa Rica. So this wasn't about living in a bad neighborhood or being in the wrong neighborhood or wearing jewelry, or like I said, I had a friend that had a 3,000 square foot house, and it could have happened to him, but I don't recall whether he had household help. But that's how this story unfolded. It was through the maid and, of course, her cohorts, which is usually how it goes. You see this, nice little maid. She does a good job. She comes recommended or whatever. And, you just don't see any harm in it. But then you don't understand that she talks, and she has neighbors, and she has friends, and the friends have friends, and the cousins of cousins. And, if you don't know the whole family and the whole history here, which is something most people aren't going to do, you're setting yourself up for some potential safety issues, like in this story. I hate to bring this to you because it's the kind of thing people don't want to think about. But I mean, it didn't take long after the man. I mean, it was 2019 when the man, acquired the 30-year-old girlfriend, and so this is a pretty recent story. And so it doesn't take long once you get to a place and you get your nice little mango farm. And so a lot of people do this in a lot of Latin countries, all over South America, Central America. They do this, and it's unfortunate that this story has unfolded. What did they do? I mean, did they really do anything that is any different than what a lot of people do? Absolutely not. They did the very same thing that the mainstream retire abroad media tells people, all the carrot that they dangle to say, you can go abroad and do this, and that's all they did. When you analyze this, you see, my gosh, this is all they did. They just went abroad to have a nice, happy life. And they were both killed, both the mature man and the 30-year-old girlfriend, through the household help, the maid. Again, these kinds of stories are brought to you in order for you to understand the complete facts of exactly what you're dealing with when you contemplate doing things that you read about that sound so super and romantic and beautiful and amazing. But we must not lose our sense of prudence and wisdom in anything in life, and that includes moving abroad, living abroad, and retiring abroad. And one of those is having household help. Household help is a two-edged sword. It can be a great thing, but it can also turn out like in this story. Thanks for watching the video. Do give it a thumbs up if you like the videos. Check out the rest of the videos. Do subscribe. They say that you'll be notified of other videos we make. Let us know if that's actually working. Do leave us a comment and have a wonderful day.